Hello everybody and welcome to OKAMI HD. So, OKAMI is like my favorite game ever of all time for many reasons. Story, music, art, other stuff. And, oh, it's cutting. Ignore that, that scene didn't exist. So, I wanted to play through it on the channel. Now, I would like to play it once I garner more popularity, which I probably will, but I'll probably also put a spin on it by, like, doing a challenge of some kind. But for most purposes, I'll be playing through the game as normal. I might read out some dialogue, but I'm not going to read every single line of dialogue in an annoying voice, because a lot of people don't like that, and especially me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm just going to let the starting scene talk for itself. So if you want to skip past that, go for it. So I'm gonna mute my mouth, and I'll start saying more words when it becomes relevant. Actually, wait, the dialogue hasn't started yet, so... Oh, yeah, there it is. Alright, be right back. Alright, so now that like long-ass intro is over, so yeah, the dog dies, as it always is with stories that have a dog in them. But the reason I didn't want to talk over that intro, and I'm talking over this because it's important, but it's not really important. I mean, it's totally the driving force for the entire story, but nah, don't worry about it. So, Okami, I can guarantee this playthrough is going to be full of me talking about things that I like, and I most definitely will repeat myself several times. And I've decided, so I like this game, but I can't play it a lot, if that makes sense. So I have my like solo playthrough that I'm doing on my own just for chilling, and then I'm doing this. So every time I reach like an important milestone in my solo playthrough, I was gonna save an extra slot on the save files. The reason for this is because the way you level up, you do deeds that let you acquire praise. So feeding animals, fixing some things here and there. Now I want to do all of these things, like every single last one of them. And I think that can become a little bit tedious myself, even though I love this game. So, on my playthrough where I'm playing by myself, I am doing everything, and I will do cuts and just switch over to the save file that has all the stuff done up until that point. So you don't have to sit through the tedium, and you can enjoy the story in the game that's happening and going on. Also, eight-headed serpent demon cursed the everything. I'm sort of glossing over that because, you know, plot. But yeah, that's how that'll do. So the specific village from the specific story with the specific statue of the wolf was specifically saved from this, you know, utterly horrible disaster. You know how it goes. So, like, how, you know how, like, in the older games, like Banjo-Kazooie, when characters talk, they would make, mumbles, or whatever you'd call it. So all the characters in this game do that, and it is sort of the charm to it that I like. But there are specific characters, like this one, that I cannot stand the way they sound. And when it's not an important story cutscene, you can speed up the dialogue. But with this I can't, because it's important. I can't skip the cutscene, but for those of you that want to read the dialogue, this is for you. I will skip specific cutscenes that are like tutorials or completely irrelevant as to go through. Also, it's a puppy. See, OKAMI, like the name of the game. It's OKAMI. Get it? Get it? Sorry. So there's all stuff with Japanese Shinto mythology dotted here and there. I don't claim to be an expert on Japanese culture and gods and junk, but I will assist with whatever knowledge I have. So Amaterasu is the Japanese god of the sun. If I'm correct, Amaterasu is like the Zeus or the Odin of Japan. But I could be totally wrong on that. Also, I love how Amaterasu's like, yeah, everything's all death and stuff, but I just woke up. Also, so certain games have an art style that gets old. Like, if you go back and look at Mario 64, you might have the nostalgia for the game, but it does not look pretty. Same with Final Fantasy VII and a bunch of other old stuff. This game was originally released on the PlayStation 2, and it has the type of art style that will always look good. Because it's the aesthetic. Same with a game like Borderlands, it will always look good because of its art style. It won't ever, like, look too old. Oh, also she has, booby bugs. And this bit right here where she has an actual human laugh is a bit disconcerting. So yeah, that green thing, that's the guy. No, like the mumbly noises, I like as soons. Because it's just, they aren't irritating, and you hear him the entire game. He's your companion, so you have to get used to it. And I know this intro is very long. I think I might put a time code in the description for when the actual gameplay starts. Because one of my least favorite things about starting a new file of this on PS2 was having to sit through the intro. But the PS4 version allows... Oh, so look, art! 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 But I don't like sitting through the intro, and the tutorial is blah. But so the way characters in this game perceive Amaterasu, they see her as a normal, like, wolf, because people have lost faith in the gods. Basically, they don't believe like they used to anymore, so they see them as a normal animal. Issun still has faith in the gods, so he can see Amaterasu's true form. And there are other characters throughout the game that can see the way you look. Yeah, why is it so dark? Why is everything dying? Precisely. Alright. I'm gonna skip this. So, she sealed all the souls of the villagers in that big fruit up there. Because, plot. I guess. Now, I'm gonna skip pretty much all the cutscenes here because, it's the tutorial. It's telling me how to play the game I've beaten 25 times. Not really a whole lot to say. I think this first video will just be the tutorial and junk. Also, normally you get to this wall and he's like, this is how you wall jump, and then, you know, you get the treasure. Give me a second, I have to, change the control scheme. Gotta invert the axes and turn off the vibrations. Alright. So, you open things by hitting them with your face, which I think is funny. Alright. So what Asun is showing us here is the Celestial Brush, which is like your main thing. He's traveling the world to find all of the gods, like the brush gods, and learn their techniques. So he learned the technique for Rejuvenate, which allows you to repair broken things and, like, restore stuff to its original state. And the gods, you find them by seeing constellations. Now, some of the constellations are broken because these gods are hiding, or they've been destroyed, or they've been scattered. So, Amaterasu is actually a god and can, you know, draw stars in the heavens. Asun just tried and it didn't work because he can't. So, Amaterasu like, oh, I'm actually the god of all the things, so I can just make stars if I want. And then all of the brush gods look super cool and unique and junk, but you never actually see more than, like, this. It's like, yeah, I'm a dragon. I don't know what this dragon represents in anything, Japan or otherwise, but, you know. So, Shinranui was basically Amaterasu back in the day, back in the OG times, and had all the powers, but after Shinranui died, all the brushes were done. They got scattered in junk. Then they form a floaty sphere with a kanji that represents Japan words. So now we got our first ability, and we can do, stuff. Asun already knew that one, because it was taught to him by his grandfather or something. But see this river? Now it's a river. So, the reason it kept looking at that sign, because he's all like, this is the river of the heavens, it looks kinda shitty. Also, in the original version of the game, see how I'm all stardusty when I swim through it? That's a new effect. And it makes sounds that it didn't before. It's the little things. That item's called the Astral Pouch. Basically, if you die and it's completely filled up, you can, like, not be dead. Not really a whole lot else to say from this point onward. I'm just sort of getting through the tutorial. Once we get to, like, the game and meet characters, it'll get better. It does have a very slow start. And for anybody who's not played it before, kinda... Like, okay, so I rented this game from Movie Gallery on a whim. I was like, that has a wolf on the cover and it looks cool, I'm gonna get it. And at first I hated it. I'm like, what is this crap? Why did I waste my $5 to rent this? And then I fell in love with it as I progressed through the game and realized that it didn't suck. So now we're gonna meet a mouse. This mouse is the god of fucking shit up with a sword. I would like a game about him. Trust me, I'll be able to make myself funny in a bit. Because I can't do anything hilarious yet, or outrageous, as it were. Because I don't have, like, anything to talk about. Like, just wait till I start picking up and throwing small animals with, like, my dog mouth. Oh crap, no, I didn't skip it! So, I saw a speedrun of this game, and they skipped all of the fights in the beginning area just by not walking through those gates. So that gate that I just walked through was the trigger for it. I'll show you down here, because I properly skipped this one when I was playing through on my own. See that gate? So, the way games are, they have triggers and stuff set up that, determine, like, when you go past this point, stuff happens. So, the triggers are literally there. And if I keep skirting around like this, I should completely skip the next fight. There, like that. Now, speedrunners will do that because fighting is slow and they're speedrun, so... yeah. So, you remember that fruit? They were talking about, man, if you had some special power, you could cut down that fruit. Another officer's all like, well, yeah, powers now. Oh, in combat in this game, the game is very easy once you know what you're doing. But, like combat is boiled down to a science if you want to do everything perfectly. Which I do. I do want to do all the things perfect and junk. Ignore those other files, they don't exist yet. But, the way you do a fight perfect is like you just saw there. I crippled the enemy, I killed them, and then I hit them with the, I cut them in half after they were dead. And I got a demon fangs for it. Also, I'm gonna be quiet because it's pretty. So, like I said, when I first got this game, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but that scene right there, I was like, wow, that's pretty. Oh, my favorite thing. Watch this. All those trees, now they're not trees. Oh, actually, I should show, because it's cool. So, when you exhaust all of your ink, you turn into a normal Doge. Oh, also, there's a Bork button. The circle button is designated to Bork. In combat, it can do stuff if you have certain abilities, but I'm gonna, like, explicitly avoid getting those abilities. Because the Bork button is the best button. So all the villagers are still turned to stone, because, reasons. And the reason I skipped that one up there is, you have to talk to 3 of them to trigger the event that lets you, continue. Because I'm optimizing. And he's all like, let's get to some high ground. Now, this arrow bothers me. It's like, so high ground would be up, right? I could possibly figure that out on my own. What is that? Oh. Never mind, ignore me. I'm dumb. I had a little bit of a moment there. It's the inky black death. Of course there's no sun. I mean, if only the sun were out. Man, if you could just draw a circle in the sky, we'd have ourselves a sun. But I guess that'd be impossible even for a god like you. Maybe we better seek another brush god for help. If you had that power from the start, that'd be different. Stupid dumb. This is so... The dialogue just makes me want to die. Come to think of it, you are Amaterasu, the name of the sun god. Wow. Such effort. Such... You know... Oh yeah, so the celestial... Yeah, you just read the dialogue. So as soon as like the line of the poem is like, your brush strokes are like that of divine music or whatever, and that's the name of the poem, so that's why your technique is called the celestial brush, because, like, you know. Just gotta see if the villagers... Oh no, more enemies. Whatever will I do? I could have done the fight completely perfect and got demon fangs from all of them, but nah. Like, you get demon fangs to buy special artifacts. Oh no, I skipped the cutscene with Mr. Orange! No! So, the reason praise is your power source in this game is because, yeah, few people believe in the gods these days. That might weaken you, but if you try real hard, your true power might shine through. Basically saying, if you make acts of, like, divineness, people will have more faith in the gods. Yeah, seems the gods have grown so weak, people can't see them anymore. And so that will become very pertinent at the end of the game. But you accumulate praise by doing stuff. As soon as like, oh man, you should feed the burbs. Even animals can praise. So this is one of like the main source of praise you get for the most part is feeding animals. So you feed them and then praise happens. Because the burbs are all like, oh, thanks for feeding us. I mean, I don't understand how the little burbs could understand why Amaterasu. So I'm going to... I think I'm going to stop it here and start another record. So, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you watching this if you did. The game will get better from here on out. The beginning is kind of sucky, so... Yeah.